we want to do this, and that's fine, and I respect that. But then you go through life and you realize, okay, maybe I need to work on myself first, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and that's more powerful because what do you have control over? It's your energy, it's yourself. If you start by focusing on yourself, and and if everybody does that, that will ripple. That will ripple to the people around you, and then the people around you, if they're feeling better and they work on themselves, that will ripple throughout society. And so I think individual responsibility in the sense that in the sense of focusing on oneself, your individual responsibility for yourself. You don't have to fix and I'll address mainly the young people because I
Mm-hmm.
had this mentality. You don't have to fix the world's problems. It's not your responsibility to fix everything. If you focus on yourself and bettering yourself just by, you know, I wouldn't say consequence because consequence is kind of negative, right? What's
Mm-hmm.
a positive way of saying? In fact, if you're able to take care of yourself and that positively affects the people around you, then it's the ripple effect. But that whole concept of trying to change the world, trying to take on these big causes, you know what I mean? I mean, I can name so many of them. Yeah, they're important, but I believe that change starts within.
I think it's the same thing as love too. You know, if you love yourself first, it's so much easier to love other people. It sounds so cliche, but it's so true, you know?
It is true, and that's you know what that's one thing that I mentioned on the podcast when I was having a conversation about modern dating and relationships with one of my former like colleagues, co-hosts from
Mm-hmm.
the radio, and that's another good episode. It was we talked about his journey coming into radio, the truth, how it happened. On that episode, I spoke about a moment where I was going through a bad relationship, and I remember I was outside, and one of my cousins he walked by, and he's like, he just imparted this. It was almost like a guru, he imparted this little bit of wisdom, and then he walked away, and it was sunset. It was very cinematic,
Yeah.
but he looks at me and is like, listen, a relationship is made up of two individuals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Two individuals that don't need anybody, that are happy on their own, and then together they're happier. And I never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
And that links to what you were saying. If you don't put in the work, if you don't take responsibility for taking care of this individual, then you won't be able to show up in other relationships. And that links to what you were talking about. If they're underpaying people like they do in radio and media, if you're
Yeah.
underpaying people, you're not valuing people. This is why I walked away. I just
Mm-hmm.
didn't feel valued, and I walked away. Some people can't walk away. And
Yeah.
I understand that it's not easy, especially if this is all you know. If you're, not valuing people, if you're not giving them time to recharge, to look after themselves, then they won't be able to show up and give you the best.
I know. It seems so like,
You would think they would have figured that out by now, but somehow the cycle keeps repeating itself.
and I think with the enlightenment thing too, a good point, what you were saying is that it's important for people to understand that it's a work in progress for everybody, that no matter how much it looks like somebody has it all figured out, nobody has it all figured out. It's a process
Oh
for
yeah,
everybody every day.